Yo, King of the Pit Media. I'm back because I want to talk about another corker of a record here. I want to talk about a fantastic record, a record that separates itself from the competition, from the rest, a record that stands out in my humble opinion, a record that I appreciated in a manifestation of my younger self. Yet to this day, in hindsight, still really appreciate the value and the talent involved in the album I'm going to speak to. Released in 2002, yes? Arguably not a great period for sound engineering, production, quite a transitionary period, I think, as far as alternate music is concerned, from the organic, natural value of the 90s and prior. Well, maybe not the 80s is quite technological, right? But the gritty and generally dry, organic, natural production of the 90s, moving into the more technologically advanced and higher end sound production of the 2000s, whereas everybody started to become a little bit of a, or had the capability of becoming a bedroom producer. An awkward transitional year 2002, but that doesn't detract from the quality of this record, as it does not showcase the lack I would expect from that particular period. This is a hardcore record I'm going to talk about. It is a punk rock record, but possesses such depth beyond the generally minimalistic efforts you tend to garner in a punk rock project. This punk, who cares? We'll have a simple message, we'll have simple songs, we'll write a record, and it's punk rock, right? We will fit in. No. This record I'm going to talk about is pristine as far as songwriting is concerned, pristine as far as the message that comes packaged in such a melodic, catchy, understandable and relatable way, at least for somebody who can hear and can see through the perspective of the individual whom is singing, who is shouting, who is performing on the mic. We've got two vocalists in this band, and I'm going to break it down to you now. Let's find out who I'm talking about. Let's talk about what record I'm talking about. As seen on the Boston Beatdown DVD, Blood for Blood, Outlaw Anthems. Great record. Fantastic record. Amazing, and I really want to talk to you about this one. So 2002, this band had put out a few records prior to this. I never saw this band live, never had the chance, aside from online, and I think I prefer it that way, I don't, as much as I would like to see them now, I don't think I would, they are not what they once were, and by necessity, as they had two frontmen, and one of the frontmen supposedly went and did something. I had a quick browse of the Wikipedia. Supposedly he was charged for it, so he actually got gripped doing something bad, and it was bad what he did. So rightfully so. In a bit. See you later. Sayonara. But this band is interesting as to where there's been multiple frontmen of multiple bands who have engaged in horrible criminal activity. And it's been rightful to dismiss the act completely. But this band came with such a message. And of course, the lyrical content was shared over two frontmen. So I guess it's not, you can happily, place to one side the politic of the bad guy, But this band comes with such a engaging quality to those whom the message meant something to, that the history, from what I'm aware, the band has performed since. People still really love them. And those whom I know, and let me tell you, anybody you meet who's got a blood for blood tattoo, yeah, they're halfway dodgy. They're not on the straight and narrow. They're not on the straight and narrow. I'll tell you this. Everyone I've met who's had blood for blood tattoo has been dodgy to some degree. But I'm not going to talk about the politics no more. I'm basically trying to say, right, that the action of the artist is not actually overwritten in this case the message behind the band, from what I'm aware. To each their own. But this is a fantastic record. This is a really good record. This is infectious, catchy, up-tempo, a positive sound, contrary to the realism of the negativity that resides in the lyrical content. And it's a little bit corny in a pop music sense, because these lot have been so good at writing a song, so good at writing a catchy sing-along melody, so good at giving you the plain and simple lyrical, phrased in such a manner, schemed in such a manner that it comes together in perfect harmony. The rhyming schemes are fantastic. The sing-along value is fantastic. The way you can sing along to a tune only having heard the chorus once is fantastic. The way you know the way it's going to be structured because it's organised in generally a pop songwriting sense, yet it still is hardcore, is brilliant. I think we got 11 tracks on the record, maybe. I don't know how long I'm going to estimate we've got about 35 minutes worth of material on here. Wikipedia in the genre has it classified as not only hardcore, but tough guy hardcore. Can you believe it? The records that came prior to this were okay in their own right? If you like hardcore, then, you know, you might be more attuned to the music that came prior to this record. But something changed in the discography, in the direction, in the influence, because in my opinion this album's quality is just absolute fathoms more substantial than what we've had prior. Just the quality of the writing. This is a great band. This is a great record. I really recommend this. Although, as you get older, there may become a disconnect, or at least I'm speaking personally, there may come a disconnect between, you know, the lower frequency energy of I hate the world and the world sucks and the world's toxic and blah de blah de blah, you know. I don't have time to be hearing them messages. I don't. The fact that it's put forward in such an agreeable manner, in such a fuck it, come on, let's get pissed up and just embrace how shit the world is and have a good sing-along with your pals and have a scrap and get into trouble and just live like we once did. Not saying I was a participant in such antisocial behaviour, but at the very least, the energy creates the spirit of mischief, creates the spirit of anti-authoritative action, creates the spirit of power in numbers and brotherhood and engagement with those whom share some element of your story. This is a working class record. At least that's what I would perceive it as from an English point of view. This is a tough times growing up record, and we're still stuck in the past because we did not choose the direction as to which we ended up taking. We did not choose the path. It was already laid out for us due to our circumstances. And we can look at the next person in envy. And although it can be repressed, and although it can be kept inside and hidden away, for this particular moment, as we listen to this particular record, as we engage with this particular band, we can find comfort in the mirror that reflects our inner self, the inner discontent that resides within us, that society has told us we can't outwardly project. Now we have songs we can project our own experiences upon in agreement. And that, to me, is punk rock. We're not listening to a record about a man saying, "You're a bitch, you're this, you're that, you're that." And I'm there to listen and think, what the fuck? What you on about? I'm a bitch. What do you mean you hate me? I'm the consumer. I'm listening to your music. I can't engage with that. But instead, what Blood for Blood do on this record is they create a common enemy. And allow me as the consumer to engage with the product. Very good. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. It's serious, but it's not serious. It's ever so fun. It's a great message packaged in a exciting experience. I like it a lot. I recommend this record. I had a Blood for Blood shirt back in the day. It was like double XL grey, varsity font, Blood for Blood with the logo. Had Wasted Youth Crew on the back. It was hard. I don't know where that shirt went. I wish I knew where that shirt went. That was hard, man. Victory Records put this act out for the majority of their releases from what I've come across. And yeah, I'm going to sign out on that one. Great record. Really recommended. Peace.